The house that wasn't built yet. They say every house holds a story. Some hold memories, some hold secrets, and a few were never meant to exist at all. This is the story of a house that appeared years before it was ever built. It started with a listing. A real estate agent named Mara Quinn, working out of Phoenix, was updating property databases one night. She specialized in high-end, unlisted homes, mansions tucked away in remote desert developments. That's when she saw it. A new listing, no agent name, no seller info, just coordinates and a single photo. A beautiful two-story modern home, white stone exterior, glass balcony, warm lighting spilling from its windows into the desert night. It looked new, too new. The price was set at exactly $1,137,000. No contact number, no description, just one line. Available immediately. Move-in ready. At first, Mara thought it was a system glitch, some placeholder listing, but the photo looked real. She checked the coordinates. The location was in Desert Hollow Estates, a luxury housing project that was still under construction. A place that, as of that week, had no completed homes at all. Curiosity got the better of her. The next morning, she drove out to the coordinates. The land was bare. No foundations, no walls, no roads, just open sand and survey stakes poking out of the ground. But when she looked at her phone, the real estate app still showed the house as available. The same photo, the same glowing windows. It was as if the house existed digitally, but not in the real world. She took a screenshot and sent it to a friend, Leo, a data analyst who sometimes helped her track down fraudulent listings. Leo checked the system. No listing matched that ID. In fact, it wasn't hosted on their network at all. It seemed to have been uploaded from a non-existent user account, one that had never existed before and disappeared as soon as he tried to access it. Later that evening, Mara got another alert. The listing had been viewed 1,032 times in the last 6 hours. By who, she couldn't tell. And then, it disappeared. A week passed. Mara almost forgot about it, until she received a call. The man on the line introduced himself as Mr. Delaney. He said he had just purchased a property through the network, but something seemed off. When Mara asked for the address, it was the same coordinates. She froze. "How did you buy it?" she asked. He explained that an online agent handled everything. The photos, the paperwork, even the digital signature. Funds were transferred. He had the deed. Mara asked him to forward the documents. They looked authentic. Every page was formatted perfectly, except one detail. The county recorder's seal was dated 3 years in the future. Mr. Delaney was already planning to visit. He was moving from Chicago, ready to see his new home in person. Mara tried to warn him, but he was convinced. The listing looked real. The documents were flawless. So she drove out to meet him just to make sure he wouldn't get scammed. When they arrived at the coordinates, the sun was setting over the desert. But something was wrong. There, at the end of the unpaved road, stood a house. The same house from the photo. White stone, glass balcony, lights glowing softly in the windows. Mara stopped breathing for a moment. She was sure, absolutely sure, this place didn't exist a week ago. Mr. Delaney got out, ecstatic. He walked up the stone path, tried the front door. It opened. Inside was pristine. Furniture, decor running electricity, a bowl of fresh fruit on the counter. Every light switch worked. There was even a faint scent of lavender in the air. Mara took photos, time-stamped everything, and sent them to Leo. But when he checked, nothing matched. No permits, no blueprints, no land registration. In every official database, that lot was still empty sand. And when he tried to open the photos she sent, the images were blank, corrupted. That night, Mara and Mr. Delaney stayed in the house, trying to make sense of it. The place was unnervingly quiet. No insects, no wind, just the faint hum of electricity. At 2:13 a.m., the lights flickered, then dimmed. Mr. Delaney said he heard something. Faint footsteps from the second floor. Mara went to check, but the upstairs hallway stretched farther than it should have. Door after door, extending into the dark. When she turned back, the staircase behind her was gone. She woke up on the couch the next morning. Mr. Delaney was gone. The front door stood wide open. Outside, the desert was silent again. His car was still there. Keys still in the ignition, but there were footprints. His, leading away from the house, and stopping abruptly halfway into the sand. Mara called the police. When they arrived, the house was gone. Just an empty plot of sand. No foundation, no walls, no trace of construction. Her photos, once again, blank. Even the timestamps in her phone log were wrong, showing dates years into the future. 2 days later, she checked the real estate database again, and there it was. A new listing, same coordinates, same house. But this time, the agent name was hers, Mara Quinn. Her photo, her license number, her digital signature at the bottom. The price was updated, $1,138,000, $1,000 higher than before, and the last updated date was listed as October 12th, 2028, 3 years ahead. Leo tried to dig deeper, pulling old server backups. He found fragments of code referencing a temporal architecture protocol, something about predictive housing models, a prototype system for AI-generated real estate forecasts. But the project had been shut down by its developers months ago. Only one internal note remained in the code. Do not reinitialize builds without anchor verification. The system will manifest output to match transaction reality. In other words, if someone bought the house, it would have to exist. Somewhere. Sometime. Mara deleted her account, quit real estate, and moved to another state. But sometimes, late at night, she still receives automated emails. They're from addresses that don't exist. All with the same subject line. Your listing has been viewed. Each email contains one image, the same house, the same glowing windows. But now there's always a figure standing in the balcony, still, silent, staring at the camera. And the timestamp on those emails? Always 3 years ahead. No one knows who built the house, or when it exists, or whether it's real at all. But somewhere, in some version of the desert, a house stands waiting for its next owner, ready to appear just long enough for the papers to be signed. They say every house holds a story, but this one seems to be writing its own.